Recently, I promised my wife that I will no longer be buying any more tech gadgets for this year because honestly, I have been spending a lot of money on these dumb tech things, but no fault of my own because me being a tech guy, I love these things and the tech companies know that and they keep on releasing new products. Just like the DJI which released Osmo Pocket 3 recently and I had to go ask my wife if I can buy that and break the promise one last time for this year. Hey kids, I have a question. One of my friend, he wants to buy a new camera, but his wife is very strict and is not letting him buy the camera. As a woman, what do you think I should tell him?
Well, I think you better tell him that he's going to be sleeping on the couch right away because his wife is going to kick him out of the bed.
So I have to tell him that he has to sleep on the couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, what are you doing? Did you buy another camera?
It looks very comfy here. And just like that, with all the love and care, I got my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And not just the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, in fact, the creator combo, which was even more expensive. So yeah, I hope I don't get killed and be the next story on Netflix. Anyways, all jokes apart, it's been a while that I have been researching intensively over the internet to buy a new camera. And not just any camera, I wanted to replace my main camera, which for a while has been this Sony Zv-1. Now don't take me wrong, it's a great camera, but it was time to upgrade it and there were a couple of reasons to upgrade that, which I will tell you down the road. But to summarize those reasons, let me say that I am more of like a storyteller than a cameraman. That is the reason I got the need of upgrading a camera. So I can focus more on the story rather than which settings to play with on the camera. And that is the reason when I came across the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, this teeny tiny camera, which was released almost 2 weeks ago, I bought it immediately. It comes inside this small box. This is the whole camera, and because it's a creator combo, it also comes with an extended battery, a tripod, and it can be packed in this bag. And not just that, it also comes with this wireless microphone that is huge, and that makes a big difference because I do not need any external transmitters to plug inside the camera because the transmitter of this microphone is already built in the camera. This camera lands a huge punch to all those big professional cameras that are out there because this is the real innovation. Now let's talk about the reasons of why I purchased this DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The very first reason is that you can see right now is its feature of face tracking. I mean, wherever I go, it will keep tracking my face and I no longer need a cameraman to do it. With the other cameras, it was impossible, but with this one, the face tracking feature is just amazing. I mean, what else you want in face tracking? Now let's talk about the reason number 2, but for that we will need to walk. And the very first walk I will be taking with my Sony Zv-1, and let's see how this camera is going to perform while I'm walking. And then we'll walk with that camera, DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and see how will that respond while walking. Let's walk. The reason we are walking and we need to walk is because I want to show you guys that how the shakiness of a walk is with this Sony Zv-1 as I'm going down the stairs and now walking again on a normal straight floor. This is the reason I needed to upgrade because the shakiness in this is too much that after a while the user or the viewer seems a little bit like lightheaded that why the frame is shaking so much. That is one main reason I needed to upgrade in order to finish this shakiness, and for that either I would have to buy a whole gimbal or just to find something that has a built-in control of the shakiness. And now it's time for this bad boy Osmo Pocket 3 to go for a short walk. The face tracking feature is already on and you can already see how smooth is that face tracking along with the gimbal because this camera is built on this gimbal, so you do not need any external gimbal and the footage comes out to be very smooth and shaky. Now if I'm telling a story in this way with much more smooth contrast or smooth footage, it looks much better than that shakiness from the Zv-1. That is one major reason that I needed to upgrade a camera and buy something that can stable my footage. Oh man, recently I've been so much out of shape. But we'll talk about the shape some other day. Let's talk about reason number 2. And for that we will have to go outside. large iced latte, no flavor.
I'm sorry, a large what, honey?
Large iced latte.
A latte?
Yes, please. If those two reasons are not enough for you to make a mind of which camera you want, then let me tell you another one that you can see right now. The difference between the DJI Osmo Pocket and the Sony Zv-1 in this natural low light or dull light, I'll say. Along with that, there are many other features that Sony Zv-1 cannot do, but the DJI Osmo Pocket definitely can do, like the time lapse, the hyper lapse, along with the application which we cannot forget, because this time for this camera DJI came with the Mimi app, if I'm not wrong. The DJI Mimi or Mimo kind of application which controls the camera and gives you the best use of a camera. I mean, the choice is right in front of you. The difference: Sony Zv-1, DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Thank you. They didn't have my coffee. They had the iced mocha. Never had that in my life before from McDonald's. And if I'm not wrong, it's going to be super sweet, because McDonald's and every other coffee place is famous for throwing half a can of sugar in it. Whoa, whoa. It is indeed sweet. Another reason that I needed to upgrade my main camera from Sony Zv-1 to the Osmo Pocket 3 is the Osmo Pocket 3's low light capabilities. Previously, if I would have to go out at night anywhere, I would not vlog at all, because the night results of any camera, either the iPhone or the Sony, were just not up to where you could add them in your story. That is the reason I never try to vlog at night. But this camera is pretty famous for its nighttime or low light capabilities. That is the reason yesterday I took it out to test it out, and everything was auto. I didn't took this mic out that day, neither did I did anything else. All the settings were on auto, so let me show you how this camera performed at low light. Look over here. Say cheese. Cheese. Nah, just kidding, was making a video. The mic is from the camera and everything is right now on the camera in auto settings. No low light, nothing. And just look how cool this one house looks. Wow. Okay, before I talk, let me make it clear that right now the camera is on that wide angle lens. I just put on the wide angle lens anyways. Now come back to the story. While we were randomly driving around this like circle drive of these lights, we saw a horse and carriage. So guess what? We booked a ride. It's our turn. Here she goes. Finally, our ride is coming to the conclusion. From this horse ride, now we'll go and have another horse ride, and let me show you which one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this horse ride. Check out this horse ride. This is also a horse. You don't believe me? Look at the logo. Now, after seeing those low light capabilities of this camera, I became an instant fan of DJI Osmo Pocket 3. But yet still I was a little bit skeptical, so I went to another place where there were a lot of more lights and needed to test that camera under that circumstances. And let me tell you, this camera did not turn me down. What do you think of the camera result? Right?
Very clear and crystal. I like it.
They have every single kind of army, from Santa army to the Grinch army to these like lollipops army. What's that called? This one?
Nutcrackers. Nutcrackers.
Nutcrackers army. In case if you want to fight with the people of this house, they even have cows that will shit on you. And the minions.
Look how funny they are. Where do they get all these blow molds?
And this is just one house of our area.
Look at the
This
choir.
is how much people decorate. Look at what?
Look at the choir of singers.
The camera result. Look at that.
Woohoo!
Even in the background and us.
So crisp.
Look. Cinematically.
See our breath?
Lastly, if you remember that earlier in the video, I told you guys that I am a storyteller and not a cameraman. That is the reason I got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, because I do not need to change its settings from low light to high light or when I'm walking or anywhere. Whereas on the Sony Zv-1, the results are a little bit different every single time I use it. For example, right now this is what you can see on Sony Zv-1 on this hand and DJI Osmo Pocket 3 over here. If I change a little bit, see how the settings will change. My face is becoming darker on Sony because it's trying to focus on the background, though both of the cameras are on auto settings. And if I get up, see how clearly and how fast the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 picked up all the colors. Check out the sky, check out the background, check out me. Now, right now I'm outside in this good lighting, but when you shift from low light to high light or high light to low light, that makes a huge difference. Sony sometimes does not work at all, whereas the Pocket 3 is not letting me down at all. I like it. Look at that. The ground is wet, but now on Sony, obviously I'm worried that this will be a little bit shaky footage, but on the Pocket 3, nope. I know that this is going to be the smoothest footage I have ever recorded for any vlog. Woo. And yeah, I climbed all those stairs. So for those who think I'm not fit, I'm still fit. I got it. I got it. Now, the reason I talked about that, because as you know that I am a storyteller and I do not have enough time or energy to keep changing the aperture, the ISO, the white balance, and all of those things that professional cameramen do all the time, every single time they are making a video. I would like to be as simple and as raw as possibly can with the best possible results, which I could only get from the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And let me tell you, this is not even the HLG or D-Log M or 10-bit or whatever. Every single footage that you saw throughout the whole video was on auto settings. Now obviously someday we will also test the D-Log M or 10-bit color grading, which this camera is famous for, the Osmo Pocket 3. But for now and for the day, I think I have given you enough reasons why this camera is one of the greatest camera you need to have in your backpack. Let me know in the comment section if I did a good job justifying this purchase, so I can show this video as a presentation to my wife and she can let me buy more cool gadgets, because she'll think I ain't that dumb, huh? But first, before we go home, we gotta do something. And that one thing that we need to do is this coffee. This is not drinkable by humans, so I gotta feed it to the nature. That was one hell of a sweet coffee. Oh my God. No wonder why Americans are so obese. Anyways, if you guys like the video, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next. Peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup.